Hello, I'm Ker Cuhulain. I'm continuing in a conversation here with a number of people who have concerns about having to deal with all of the stuff that's going on around them. Um, One sent back a fairly long and thoughtful response asking how we can distill down a bit more of the ideas that you need to deal with this stuff. So, they were specifically mentioning sensory overload, overthinking, constantly tense, that sort of stuff. So, speaking as a former first responder, peace officer, martial artist, if you want to deal with that stuff, it's really quite simple. You want to deal with it very quickly, obviously. If you've got PTSD, and I do, I've dealt with it, don't have a problem with it because I've dealt with it. You're dealing with the parasympathetic nervous system. One way to do it, very simple, is simply close your eyes and breathe. And don't think of anything. Focus on just the breathing for a few minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, something like that. What you're doing here, there's a reptilian part of your brain back here called the amygdala from earlier in our evolution, and it is the fear, fight, flight switch that turns on the adrenaline response, okay? And up here you have something called the insular cortex or the insula, and it is an emotional system and it controls the amygdala. And if you breathe like that, it turns the amygdala off. Okay. That's one way you can do it. If you really want a fast way to do it, go to your freezer, get out a freezer block or a bag of frozen vegetables and stick it right on the back of your neck like this and hold it there for 1 to 2 minutes. Now it's going to get uncomfortable because it's very cold. Hang in there because this is working on your vagus nerve and it is doing the same thing as that other exercise that I just showed you. And it's the cold that makes it work. So work through the cold. Don't overdo it, but 1 to 2 minutes, that should turn it down. There's one more that I want to share with you. And this is something you'll probably recognize this move if you practice Kung Fu. White Crane is where I got it. But what you do is it's called a butterfly hug in some therapy systems. What you do is you cross your arms over your chest like this and you alternate tapping. Close your eyes and just slap or tap back and forth. What it's doing is it's involving the parasympathetic nervous system, but it's also getting both sides of the brain working. And all of these things will turn anxiety off, slow things down, make things work better for you. I mean, it's unfortunate in the extreme that some of the people that I'm talking to in making this video are on the other side of the border from me. I'm in Canada. And the healthcare system just isn't meeting people's needs and is getting far more broken even as we record this. So um, start there. As far as reconnecting and recharging, um, the concern was do I have to keep reconnecting? The point I was trying to make in the other video is reconnect and stay connected if you can. If you find that you've gotten disconnected, reconnect, but let that energy just keep flowing through you. It's what you're supposed to have happen. Works much better if you do it that way. One way to get rid of all of the blocks, if you have them, and this is something I've shown at every class I've ever done on energy, is you start with your hands. This is called weary weary if you're Mari. And basically it's stirring up energy. And anybody that does this, you can feel it. Start with your hands shaking, get your elbows shaking, get your shoulders and shudder all the way down to your feet. Do that 3 times. And I guarantee that's going to shake loose any blockages that you have. It's as simple as that to take care of. Um, the next thing that I want to talk about is don't take on too much. You know, like, okay, now that I'm recharged, I have to deal with everything. No, you don't. Prioritize. Every little thing adds up. Take on the simple stuff first. The more little things you get dealt with, the easier it'll be to get on to larger things. Don't overdo it. take it slow and easy and keep climbing that mountain. That's it. If you're interested in the previous video, I'm going to put it in the end screen for YouTube here so you can find it. But go out there and take care of yourself and be glorious.